relationships that you build, no matter how close or distant you think that they are, that's what matters the most in life. I'm amazed at how many people I worked with in places like London that I then will run into on the streets in Durango or in Denver or at a meeting in Washington, D.C.
Julie Levy Duvall has 15 years of experience as a leader, communicator, organizer, and presenter. Julie's interest in untangling sticky problems began at FLC as the PR director for the Environmental Center and only grew stronger after she was elected student body president. After graduating in 2005 with a degree in political science, Julie worked steadily as a housing advocate in the public sector and as a public affairs officer for BP America. She assumed the role of state director for Colorado Senator Michael Bennet in 2016. In 2019, Julie took on her most challenging role yet, head of community escalations for Facebook. I
decided to come to Fort Lewis as a teenager, as we do, and was on a road trip to Lake Powell and stopped in Durango for I think one night, maybe 2 nights, and just completely fell in love with the town, the people, the area. I got really good advice from an economics professor who told me to take professors and not classes, and to just gravitate to the things that you were interested in. And so I ended up in political science and philosophy. And then my last year, I was student body president and had spent, I think, the previous 2 years as a student senator. So very involved in student government. So just recently, obviously I'm pregnant and really excited to start our family. So we made the decision to transition out of the Senate and the political world. I'll be joining Facebook as part of their community escalations risk and response team. One of the things that I remember so distinctly was taking this Environmental Economics 101 class. And I certainly remember thinking, we had to write a letter to the president and tell him what's going on. If people just knew the truth about what was happening, we wouldn't let this stuff happen. Obviously that was naive. There are people who have very different values than me. Everybody has a right to be at the table. We have to be able to keep making progress. I think that's the muscle memory that we have lost. How am I going to help balance my worldview and my values with people who think differently than I do? Incredibly complex problems need incredibly complex solutions, and one of my favorite things to quote is a plaque that Barack Obama had on his desk that said, "Hard things are hard." And it's a simple expression, but I think it's so true. If the things that we were working on were easy, then they'd be solved by now. The biggest thing that Fort Lewis offered me was the professors who said, "Hey, why don't you come with me this weekend? I'm gonna go to this meeting." And then on the way home, we'd talk about, hey, should we reach out to this community group or this nonprofit? And it was through those processes that I learned how to work on complex problems. I learned how to engage with people. You know, you don't get better mentorship and coaching and learning from anything else other than going and doing it with people who are experts in their field. I think Fort Lewis is the best school in the country.